Welcome again, Capricorn. It's July 2017, Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au. This month has to be handled very, very delicately. The 7th house, which is the western part of your horoscope, or that sector that relates to your relationships, in particular your marriage, your more important relationships, has Mercury, Sun and Mars occupying it. Sun and Mars are not particularly friendly to your ruling planet, Saturn, which is why I say you need to handle this aspect of your life rather intelligently. Otherwise, you could find yourself in for some pretty intense squabbles and fights, especially now that we see Mars moving into the opposite position to Pluto. Sun will also do that. These are what we traditionally refer to as power plays, if not out and out violence. So tempers can flare under these transits. We see that that's happening almost immediately. And then we see the full moon also taking place in your sun sign, in the sign of Capricorn, on the 9th. So that full moon really brings with it a lot of emotion. That's also going to be directly opposite the sun, opposite Mars. These are aspects that can produce a lot of heat, a lot of tension, a lot of reaction. So that's the first thing. If you manage that in the first part of the month, mind you, it's not going to last forever, but later in the month, 20th, 23rd, Mars and Sun will move out of this sector respectively into your 8th house. Mercury, I believe, will move out of that sector on the 6th, a lot earlier, just preceding the full moon. Now, these planets move into the 8th house, so the shift is away from the actual relationship side of your life to the shared resources side of your life. Money. Money, money, money. This is the battleground. I think this is part of the problem we see also, because in the last month or two we've had Rahu, the North Node, moving retrograde, as it does throughout the zodiac, into this sector. Rahu, the North Node, is your karma. And generally what I found is the position of Rahu will give an intense desire for something, but an inability for the person to actually achieve that. So we see with these fiery planets moving into this area, and then at some point in the very near future making contact with this karmic point. In fact, we can see, for example, when these planets, just prior to moving into the next sign of Leo, after their transit there, will make contact with the North Node. Mercury, for example, moves into Virgo on the 26th. Mars doesn't actually make contact with Virgo. I'll fill you in on that next month. The Sun also doesn't quite yet touch there till the next month, but we see that they are going to, in the next month or so, touch this karmic point, bringing with it not only questions or interactions, but these are like lifelong decisions that are going to affect who you are and which direction you're moving in, the management of your finances. And for you, being the earth sign, the consummate money sign of the zodiac, as you are probably well aware, this is going to really bring with it a whole lot of responsibility and maybe a whole lot of challenges within yourself spiritually as to the real meaning of money, the real value of money, what constitutes value. That's been an undercurrent anyhow due to the transit of Pluto in your sun sign over these years. So these are the faster moving planets that are going to trigger some of these deeper issues surrounding value, security, the interaction with other people, shared resources, that type of thing. There is a full moon, again, going to take place in the 2nd house of finance on the 24th. A new moon going to take place in the 8th house, again this 8th house of shared resources, on the 24th. So while you're formulating all of these ideas, the new moon actually gives you the impetus to, create that change and to start something fresh and invigorating in terms of your finances and your business, and also the methodologies by which you interact with others over money. That can even include bank managers, your accountant, people that actually deal with your money. And that's also shown by the fact that Mercury rules your 6th house. These are co-workers, these are people that work for you, subordinates, such as an accountant. That Mercury moving through your 8th house after the 6th will tie in these two areas. So there could be meetings, communications, letters, emails associated with those sort of people in your life. That Mercury in the 8th house also has a lot to do with inquiring about yourself, delving into your own nature, understanding your relationship to these things, how you've dealt with money. Do you have fear over money? Are you afraid of what might happen if you don't have enough money? Are you orientated mentally in the proper way to money? Do you over-accentuate it? That's likely, being born under Capricorn. Not for all of you, but for some of you. So these are valid questions. Venus is incidentally, the phases of the moon that I've just mentioned relate strongly to your marital and relationship life. So that new moon on the 24th is an important one. It takes place in your 8th house, which is not just a finance house, it's a sexual house, a house of intimacy. So a new approach to the way you deal with your partners, your marital intimate relationships, will take place after that. Venus, I was just about to say, transits into your 6th house of Gemini on the 5th. That brings with it a lot more comfortable associations with your co-workers. There's a right angle on the 18th, which could be a little bit confusing as it's a square aspect to Neptune. So workplace activities could be a bit of a problem. But things improve after that with the really favourable triangular aspect to Jupiter, which is in your 10th house of profession, coming from that 6th house of workplace activity. So there's a good connect there between these two houses. Good things are likely to happen, some gift, some opportunity within your work at that time. Sextile aspect on the 30th to punctuate the end of the month with a sextile from Venus to Uranus, indicating some, again, unexpected opportunities. Maybe not just in your workplace, but on the home front as Uranus is transiting your 4th house of domestic activities. Join me at astrology.com.au. That's the astrology.com.au. I should have said it correctly. Daily, monthly and yearly readings, along with a lot of free stuff. And for a more detailed analysis with myself or any one of our number of practitioners there, to help you drill down a lot more deeply into who you are and what's happening right now personally for you. Take care. Till next month. Have a great time. See you then. Bye-bye.